Всем привет! Just wanted to let you know that I just launched a brand new series of podcast episodes on Patreon, 52 Weeks of Russian Phonemes. Our mission is to focus on mastery of one phoneme or sound at a time with comprehensive instruction and detailed and focused coaching each week with different activities each day, Monday through Friday. The introductory episode is 9 minutes long, but most of them will be 1 to 2 minutes long, and I'm giving the first one to you here so that you can hear the introduction to everything. If you're interested in having more access to those episodes, head on over to patreon.com/learnrussianwithkira and sign up. Enjoy! Счастливо! Всем привет! Welcome to week 1 of 52 weeks of comprehensive and detailed instruction and precise and focused coaching on Russian phonemes. I have put them in an order that reflect my personal priorities as a teacher of mainly native English speakers from the US who are studying Russian. But I've also taken into account the fact that you all will need some variety in your phonetic diet. Even though there is an intentional order, you can jump in at any point and just go along for the ride. We will be covering all Russian phonemes, and I'll return over and over again to some of the most difficult ones for my students. What we'll not be covering are Russian phonetic rules like voicing and reduction. For those, you should definitely check out my book, my video course that you can complete on your own independently, and masterclass. And all of that can be found at learnrussianwithkira.com. Though I'm not a native speaker, I am really confident that I can get you significantly closer to sounding like a native Russian speaker because I've walked the walk and I have a lifetime of experience. I started studying Russian when I was 18, my freshman year in college, and this is really a lifetime of experience and expertise that I'm sharing with you here. And I'm really excited about this format, and I think you're really going to benefit from it. And definitely tell me if you do. Готовы? Поехали! The sound of the week is oo, a Russian oo, the vowel oo. Now you might think that this is a strange vowel to start with because we have an oo in English, but if you notice, oo does not sound at all like oo, and those sorts of things are really what make you sound like a native speaker. So the key to pronouncing a real Russian oo, there are 3 things I want you to remember. Number 1, tongue back. Number 2, pencil. And number 3, shorter than English. So tongue back, pencil, shorter than English. Let me go through these. So the tongue, when I say an American English oo, is in its a regular sort of position, ooh, but if I want to sound Russian, I need to draw my tongue back in my mouth. So from ooh to ooh, that already improves it. The pencil cue is for you to remember that the lips in Russian are actually protruded much more than they are when I speak English, and I want to make a circle as though my lips are around the end of a pencil. Think of an eraser on a pencil. Ooh. Okay, so that's what I want your lips to do. The third thing is that we do have long vowels in English, and sometimes we carry that over into Russian, but that's not appropriate. So the oo sound in Russian is not automatically a long sound, like long in duration. So be careful to make it shorter than you might think when you're speaking Russian. So the 3 things were what again? Tongue back, pencil, and shorter than English. Let's do some words. We'll start with a good Russian default mouth position. So that's the position that your mouth assumes right when you're about to utter something in Russian. It's sort of the default resting position. And it does change when you actually pronounce some things, but it is the place to start every time. The Russian default mouth position has the jaw maybe slightly forward, but definitely not opened as wide as we sometimes do in English. Right? So you're going to keep it much, much more closed when we're speaking Russian. So the second thing, jaw, tongue, lips. The tongue is positioned so that the tip is mushed up against the back of the bottom teeth. So that's a really different position. In English, our tongue is actually retracted. And if you say a few words, just say a few words. Say a few words. So my tongue is retracted and I'm anchoring the back of it against my upper molars. That's completely not the thing to do speaking Russian. This is one of the most key observations I've made over the years. It's one of the most important things to getting a range of sounds. What you want to do instead is relax the sides of your tongue and practice making your tongue narrower. This is one exercise that you should practice doing. Make your tongue really wide, like this, without the use of your lips, so like this. And then make it narrow. So I'll go back and forth. So if you're listening to this as a podcast, you won't be able to see that. But what I'm doing is I'm sticking out my tongue and I'm not using my lips to control the width of my tongue. I'm only using the tongue muscles themselves. And what helps is to think of when I want to make a narrow tongue, I relax the edges and I focus on the middle of my tongue, which is, in Russian, it's called the spinka. It runs from the front to the back, and it's the little spine of the tongue. So think about that. Let's try it again. Make your tongue wide, narrow, wide, narrow. Let's try it. If you're listening to this as a podcast and you're driving, you know, okay. Anyway, people will be looking at you, or maybe they won't. But anyway, so that's the tongue. So jaw is more closed. The tongue, we want to bring the sides away from the molars. Think of the spinka, the middle of the tongue, as the main muscle, and mush it forward, the tip, so that the tip is against the back of the bottom teeth. For some people, the tip will be right at the gum line, behind the back of the bottom teeth. And finally, lips. So I'm going to cue you. Jaw, tongue, lips. I want you, when I cue you, to do all of these things. The jaw is more closed, the tongue is mushed up against the back of the bottom teeth, and the lips are rounded and protruded. Da. Like this. Отлично. Alrighty, so let's start with a good Russian default mouth position, and you repeat after me. Jaw, tongue, lips. У. Шум. Ну. Тут. Ему. Эту. Книгу. Танцую. Хулиган. Let's try it one more time, and this time listen to yourself. You might even want to close your eyes, unless you're driving, and compare my sound to your sound. You might even, if you're an experienced speaker, you might want to anticipate what I'm saying, if you can remember the order already. Okay, here we go. Jaw, tongue, lips. У. Шум. Let's double check and make sure we have the default mouth position again. Jaw, tongue, lips. Further out than you think. It might feel funny at the beginning, but you can always walk it back later once you're used to how to make the sound. So, jaw, tongue, lips. Ну. Тут. Ему. On this word, some people have done pretty well so far, but on ему, they don't succeed in getting a real Russian oo. That might be because the oo is at the end. You're not starting with it, so make sure that you have ему. Your lips really have to shift there so that you're getting a real Russian oo. Ему. Эту. Книгу. Танцую. Хулиган. И это все. Спасибо, вы молодцы. Excellent work. Not every day will be as long as today. This is the introductory episode, but we're going to practice this sound all week long, and I think you're going to see some great results. Okay, до завтра. I really hope you enjoyed that episode, and if you did, head on over to patreon.com/learnrussianwithkira and sign up. Счастливо!